Suzuki Iruma becoming the next Demon King is no longer a theory, it's fact. At this point, the bigger question isn't if, it's when. From the very start, Iruma-kun has been loaded with foreshadowing that the main protagonist is destined to take the throne and become the greatest Demon King ever. And today, I'm going to break down all of the major signs that prove why this is inevitable. Let's go all the way back to where it first started. Remember when Iruma was supposed to get his first rank? Everyone else received theirs with no issue from the ranking owl. But when it came to Iruma, the bird started screaming like it had seen God himself. Instead of a normal rank, he was given the gluttonous feeder ring. A ring that no other demon had ever had. Or so it would seem, because Saburo, he's seen this ring before. The prophecy of the Demon King states as follows: he shall make one and all his servants. He shall form blood pacts and heal all of demonkind. He shall descend from a foreign realm and wear the golden ring of Solomon on his right hand. This ring was called the Gluttonous Feeder Ring, but the fact that Saburo, someone obsessed with the Demon King's prophecies, mistook it for the Golden Ring of Solomon, that's some pretty heavy foreshadowing and seems too coincidental for my taste. And the rest of the prophecy also lines up with Iruma perfectly, especially with recent chapters. For example, he shall make one and all his servants. Let's be real, everyone falls for Iruma, especially the 13 crowns. Even Nobedius Narnia pointed out that Iruma's most terrifying ability is how he effortlessly draws others in. I mean, this reminds me of Luffy from One Piece. I mean, this is what Mihawk also stated about him, that his most dangerous power in these seas, and the same goes for Iruma in the demon world. I mean, you've got the Asmodeus, Azazel, and Barbatos clan that are already on his side. The most powerful demon in the entire world is his grandpa, for God's sake. Mephisto, one of the oldest demons alive, has also sided with him recently as his Kingmaker. He's the undisputed leader of the Misfit class now. Even Asmodeus Alice bowed to him almost instantly, and recently Amy Azumi, one of the highest ranking members of the Border Control, was forced to bow to Iruma. And then you've got the second part of the prophecy. He shall form blood pacts and heal all of demonkind. I mean, Iruma literally healed the Guardian of the Valley's child with his blood. We don't know if this works on all demons yet, but at this point, why wouldn't it? It's worked on plants and demonic creatures. This ability is game changing. It makes him a being unlike any other demon in history, because imagine the demon world does go to war as theorized, and Iruma can dodge everyone while healing his team. Like, that's broken. Unless he runs out of blood, then not so much. But everything about this prophecy seems to be telling Iruma's story. I mean, hell, even the he shall descend from a foreign realm, come on, this is so obvious. Iruma, if you didn't know already, isn't from the demon world, so
I'm Captain Obvious.
Now, moving on, we all love Evil Cycle Iruma, right? Well, during this phase, we got one of the biggest hints at his future as king. He led his class with one goal in mind: obtaining the Royal One classroom. This classroom was also known as the Demon King's classroom because it was built exclusively for the previous Demon King. And then, after successfully claiming it, Iruma walked up to the Demon King's throne. At that moment, not a single person made a sound. Iruma sat on that throne, and in that instant, he truly looked like the Demon King. Even Saburo, whose entire goal is to become the next Demon King, couldn't help but admire him. I actually have my own theory about Saburo's future that I started to realize when writing this. When Iruma was jokingly placed on the throne, Saburo said, "Tomorrow will be my turn." But what if Iruma actually becomes the Demon King first and Saburo takes over later? I mean, let's be real, Iruma isn't going to live forever. His lifespan isn't even close to a normal demon's. So it's very possible that he'll take the throne, change the demon world for the better, and then pass it on to Saburo later. But honestly, I'm just yapping, so let's just move on. You guys aren't here for this. In chapter 92, Sullivan takes Iruma to the shopping district for a fun day out. But when Sullivan stops a shoplifter, people start whispering, why hasn't Sullivan become the next Demon King? After all, he's the top candidate. This leads Iruma to ask a very simple question: how do you become the Demon King? And in that moment, Sullivan is instantly reminded of Delkira. He's absolutely thrilled that Iruma is asking about the throne, even though Iruma doesn't mean it that way yet. But this moment proves something huge. Sullivan wants Iruma to be the Demon King. He believes Iruma can change the Netherworld for the better. For the first time, Iruma actually thinks about becoming the Demon King, and it won't take him long to realize that this is a real path he can go down. down. But moving on to the Harvest Festival, Iruma actually sees Delkira for the first time after he wins. Up until now, Iruma has only heard about him, but after using enough mana to hatch the legendary leaf, a dark smoke appears, and suddenly, Delkira appears. He looks at Iruma and says, "So it's you." This prize was clearly placed there by Delkira himself to find the next person worthy of taking the throne. Hell, the entire Harvest Festival seems to be made specifically for this purpose, but no one in the years that have gone by have ever gotten the leaf before, other than Iruma now. I mean, it's no coincidence that the winner of the Harvest Festival is named the Young King, and as we learn later, Iruma actually possesses Delkira's mana. This is where things get crazy, because how does he have the Demon King's mana? Well, it all comes back to Ali-san. Ali-san is no longer tethered to the ring as shown at the end of the music festival, but he's still drawn to Iruma and connected to him. And eventually, Iruma and Ali-san will become one. One day, the ring won't even be necessary, Ali-san will fade. And when that happens, Iruma won't just have Delkira's mana, it'll be his and he'll fully control it. I'd love to do an entire video on Ali-san and what I believe his origins are, but if you guys do want to discuss more Iruma content and manga in general, make sure to join my Discord and become a member like these two guys on screen to get access to more in the server, and obviously the main part is supporting me for more future videos. But let's be real, Nishi is literally telling us that Iruma will be the next Delkira by giving him his mana. However, for now, the biggest proof we have that Iruma will take the throne is Mephisto, or as he's known as, Mephistopheles. He is one of the oldest demons alive, and is known as the Kingmaker. His name first appeared in the history of the Netherworld 3 generations ago in the memoirs of the Demon King. Those who aspire to the throne shall bow to him. Glory comes to those who win his favour, whilst ruin awaits for those he forsakes. We were shown that the entire reason that Dothker, one of the past Demon Kings, sat on the throne was because of Mephisto and his influence. Given what we saw before Delkira, Mephisto always decided on the king until Delkira told him to just off and crush the spirit. It was only when Delkira actually disappeared and the 13 Crowns finally started looking for a new Demon King using the Trickster plan that Mephisto had reason to exist again. And guess what? Mephisto had already chosen Iruma at this point. He saw Iruma as the main character after defeating the Kraken. Or more accurately, it was actually during the Deviculum when Mephisto noticed Iruma. Because when Behemoth attacked and everyone stood still, including the other candidates for Demon King, Iruma stood tall and was willing to fight against one of the most powerful demons in the entire Netherworld. So following this, he definitely manipulated the situation when a 13 Crown was required to supervise the Scholar exam, so he obviously took this role, so he could test him using the long ears. But it wasn't until chapter 364, when Iruma refused to give up on anything, that Mephisto fully believed in him. Instead of when there was a path to go left or right and Delkira went straight forward, Iruma would find a way to go down every path and make them all work. It proves how greedy he is and how good of a Demon King he'd truly be, and Mephisto would be thrilled to lead him down this path, as he defends him against Azami and tells him that he'll lead Iruma to the place where his light will shine, obviously meaning the throne of the Demon King. At this point, there's no if, only when. Iruma is slowly gathering allies, proving his strength and showing everyone that he has what it takes to lead the Netherworld. And when that time comes, he won't just be the next Demon King, he'll be the greatest Demon King ever. But to do this, Iruma does need to continue to rank up. So to see every one of his rank ups so far in the story, please watch the video on screen right now, and again, join my Discord.